In this lesson, we will focus on derivatives of polynomials. But before then, let's take a look at some important tips. We know that when you differentiate a constant with respect to x, it gives 0. And when you differentiate a power it gives this. Now, let's take a look at an example to buttress this. If you have f of x equals to x raised to power 4 plus 2x raised to power 3 minus x raised to power 2 plus 4. Now, if we were asked to find f prime of x, f prime of x means the derivative of this with respect to x. So now, to find this, we will differentiate this individually. Now, let's differentiate x raised to power 4. Let's differentiate this first. This is an example of this. So, when we differentiate x raised to power 4, x raised to power 4, n, 4 here is the n equals to 4. And if I may ask, what's the coefficient of x here? The coefficient of x here is 1. So following this, we know n is 4. So multiply 4 by 1. That will give you, to differentiate it, this will give me 4 multiplied by 1. Then the variable, we know n minus 1. We know this will give me 4 minus 1. So basically, this will give me 4x, 4 minus 1, that's 3. So the derivative of this, I can easily say this is 4x raised to power 3, right? Let's solve 2x raised to power 3. 2x raised to power 3, my n here is 3. So I will say I will multiply it by the coefficient of x here. That's 2 multiplied by 3, then multiplied by the variable, over the power minus 1. That will give me 6x, 3 minus 1, that's 2. So the derivative of this will give me plus 6x squared. Then let's solve the derivative of this. Please do not forget the sign when solving. The derivative of this. Now the question to ask, what's the coefficient of x here? The coefficient of x here is minus 1. The coefficient of x here is minus 1. So let's solve. This will give me minus 1 multiplied by the power. Minus 1 multiplied by the power. Then the variable 2 minus 1. That will give me minus 2x raised to power 1. So, and we know 2x raised to power 1 is the same thing as x. So this simply means this is negative 2x. So my variable here, my answer here is minus 2x. We know when we differentiate a constant, it is 0. So 4 here is giving me 0. So we know that f of x here is 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 2x. This is our answer. So let's take a look at another example. We know we're given f of x equals to root x plus 3. Now let's solve this. Let's look for f prime of x. F prime of x. Now you may ask me, what is the meaning of this? This can simply be written as x raised to power 1 over 2. This is the same thing as this. So the coefficient of x here, just by following this, we know the coefficient of x here is 1. So this will give me 1 multiplied by 1 over 2 divided by x. This will give me 1 over 2 minus 1. In differentiation, you will always subtract 1 from the power. You will always subtract 1 from the power. Then this will give me, when I simplify this will give me 1 multiplied by half. That will give me 1 over 2 x. So 1 over 2 minus 1. That will give me negative 1 over 2. You may ask, how did I get this? This is just by saying, just by simplification, 1, this will give me minus 1 over 2. That's how I got this. So I can just easily write this here. Then the differentiation of a constant is always 0. So indirectly, I can write my final answer by saying f of x prime equals to 1 over 2x. I can easily write my answer as this. This is the same thing as this. So this is my final answer. Thank you and God bless. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next video.